3 in the morning. The train moves through darkness. I remember that moment. Exactly. Standing in front of cargo car number 3. The door was half open. A smell came from inside. Metal, disinfectant, and sweat. I stopped, looked inside, and I understood. I had been an accomplice for 15 years. My name is Han Doyoon, Deputy Director of the Supreme Leader's Personal Train Management Bureau. In the northern state, it took 15 years to reach this position. I was loyal to the party, devoted to the organization, silent. The train was the Supreme Leader's feet, eyes, and ears. Domestic inspections, border patrols, diplomatic schedules. Every movement happened on this train. I managed it. Rail conditions, security checks, cargo loading, personnel deployment. Everything had to be perfect. Not a single mistake allowed. That was my job, or what I believed was my job. When I first joined, I was proud. Pyongyang elite, son of a party official. Top 1% in railway engineering at university. 26 when I got assigned. Senior staff told me something. This place is special. Working here means serving the Supreme Leader directly. I nodded. Don't see what you shouldn't see. Don't hear what you shouldn't hear. That was the first rule. Inside the train was luxurious. The Supreme Leader's private cabin. Gold leaf and marble, French sofas, Italian chandeliers, the refrigerator filled with imported wine and cheese. I managed all of it. Temperature, humidity, lighting, music. Everything perfect. But I didn't know. No, I pretended not to know. That behind the train, there were unrecorded cars. It was around my 5th year. A senior colleague muttered while drunk. Doyoon, you don't need to know yet. Just do your job. What do you mean? The back of the train. That's not our jurisdiction. I didn't ask more, not because I wasn't curious, but because curiosity wasn't safe. That was the rule here. 10th year. Promoted to deputy director. My family celebrated. Father patted my shoulder. Well done, Doyoon. Pride of our family. I smiled. That night, on my way home, I saw my face in the mirror. My eyes had changed. Not bright like before. Something had gone out. Change came gradually. Cargo loading schedules started shifting. Cargo not in official records. Things loaded only at night. Heavy boxes. Metal containers. I asked, where does this go? My superior answered coldly, you don't need to know. Just check it. I nodded. But that night, I couldn't sleep. The decisive moment came that winter. The Supreme Leader's border inspection schedule. The train departed at dawn. I inspected each car as usual. Car 1, 2, 3. Then stopped in front of cargo car 3. The door was half open. Strange. This car should always be locked. I looked around. No guards. No managers. I looked inside. Something moved in the darkness. My heart pounded. I turned on my flashlight and saw people. No, many people. About a dozen people crouched on the floor. Faces pale. Eyes filled with terror. A girl looked at me. Maybe 10 years old. Trembling lips. Tearful eyes. Please, save us. That voice stuck in my ears. I stepped back. Closed the door. My hands shook. Couldn't breathe. Walked down the corridor. Nobody there. Nobody saw. Only me. Only I knew. After that day, everything changed. Every time I saw the train, that girl's face appeared. Every cargo check made my heart race. I started investigating quietly. Searched through cargo records. Copied hidden documents. At night, I'd pass by car 3, listening. Crying sounds. Groaning. Silence. The truth was worse than I thought. That cargo car was used for human trafficking. Political prisoners' families. Abducted people. People sold to smuggling rings. Moving under the Supreme Leader's direct orders. Unrecorded, unreported, non-existent cargo. I had transported it for 15 years. One USB drive. That was all the evidence I collected. Cargo manifests, audio recordings, a few photos. Not perfect, but enough. Enough to tell the world. I decided to escape one spring dawn. When the train crossed the border, there was a section where it slowed down. Track curvature forced speeds below 40 kilometers per hour. That was the only chance. I told one colleague, Choi Jin-hyuk, an engineer, 5 years younger. He also knew about Car 3's secret. I'm leaving. Jin-hyuk looked up. When? Next week, when we cross the border. He stayed silent for a long time. Then said, I'll come too. That dawn, the train passed near the border as scheduled. Speed decreased. I looked at Jin-hyuk. He nodded. Opened the door. Cold wind hit my face. Below was a river. A frozen river. Jumping could mean death. Not jumping meant certain death. I clutched the USB tight. And jumped. The water was freezing. Like my bones were turning to ice. Jin-hyuk landed beside me. We swam desperately. Sirens behind us. Gunshots. Bullets sliced through the water. I held my breath and dove. My lungs felt like bursting. But I didn't stop. When we reached the other side, the sun was rising. Jin-hyuk collapsed beside me, breathing hard. We made it. I couldn't answer. It wasn't over yet. 6 months later, I stood before an international human rights organization. Reporters pointed cameras at me. I held out the USB. This is the evidence. They were shocked. Cargo manifests, audio files, photos. Everything was revealed. The international community moved. UN investigations began. The northern state denied everything. But the evidence was clear. I'm not a hero. The media called me a courageous whistleblower. But I know I was an accomplice. For 15 years, I stayed silent. Saw but pretended not to see. Heard but pretended not to hear. While managing that train perfectly, I transported their suffering. Even now, I continue testifying. Lecturing at universities, working with human rights groups. Jin-hyuk works with me. We won't stop. Because silence is complicity. At night, I look out the window. Somewhere, trains are still running. Through darkness, carrying unrecorded cargo. And someone is still inside. Like that girl, trembling in fear. But now the world knows. And I will speak, until the end, about those years I was an accomplice. Those moments I stayed silent. So that never again will anyone stay silent. 3 in the morning. I still remember that moment. Standing in front of cargo car 3. The half-open door. Faces in the darkness. And that girl's voice. Please save us. I couldn't answer then. But now I answer. I'm sorry. And I won't stop. This is my story. Han Doyoon, Deputy Director of the Northern States Supreme Leader's Personal Train Management Bureau. From silent accomplice to witness of truth, I will keep speaking until you listen, until the world changes, until that train stops.